Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new addition to the Jerry Blog TV channel. Guys, please subscribe, comment, and any comments regarding to the issue today. Guys, I'm going to be discussing everything to do with the YWC war. I've been, been looking, over the last few days and, several events that have happened. So I'm going to try and briefly go over the basics of what's actually happened. Before anyone doesn't know, I'm aligned with the Supreme Regime into the arena. Don Banks, I'm aligned with him. I've been following Don Banks now for over, I think 2009 actually. 2009 I've been following Don Banks, and I was actually away for a while. Anyone doesn't know, I suffered a heart problem, and that's hence the reason why I was out of YouTube for about a year and a half. I believe a year and a half, maybe a year. So I was just checking out, just seeing what was happening, and immediately Don Banks messaged me and says, "Jared, need help. We want you to get involved with the Supreme Regime." I said, "Don, you involved in it? That's no problem, mate. I'll get sorted on that, no bother. I'll join your group, no bother." The only problem is that he said that there was a general, Daniel Dark Horse fucking Danielson. I'll get to him in a minute. Basically, Don Banks turns around and says, "Here, this guy's a general. He'll tell you what to do." Now, the significant thing is, a lot of people, even the Supreme Regime members, will even know Danielson was a fucking terrible leader. Danielson was terrible. Don Banks, he was practically making Don Banks do all the work. Danielson was doing fuck all. See, to be honest, out of the whole stint of the YWC war, I think I was only messaged once. And do you know what that was? It was, "I'm leaving. That's it. Bye." It was, that was it. And, that kind of sums up Danielson. Danielson has always been the type of person where he can't get the job done, so he ran away. Now, here's the funny thing about Danielson. Danielson, basically what he did was he went and he started the war. He told Don Banks, "I need help." Don Banks said, "Listen, if you need any help, we'll help you. That's it. We'll get it sorted for yourself." This was against Wrestling Jesus. So basically what happened was, Danielson went up, and he turned around and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the other." And Danielson, as I'm sure a lot of you all know, Danielson, whenever he says something, doesn't finish it. He can start off these feuds, but he can't finish it. But I tell you what, this was one hell of a war. But in the YWC, it was very, very, there was flagging and hacking, and channels were taken down, and there was mothers being involved, and Danielson used the excuse, and I say excuse, it was an excuse. He used it. He said that Terry Smith was hence the reason why he left. He said Don Banks forced him to make an apology. Listen, if Terry Smith's watching this, my condolences go to your grandmother, and you know what I mean. A lot of you have reading this right now. I don't want to dwell on it too much, about Terry Smith, because it's not fair on him. It's not fair, on the family. Bringing this into this kind of YWC environment, it's not fair. And Danielson, you should know fucking better than do that. You're a vindictive individual who gets kicks out of dragging the smaller man down, as it will. But Danielson, you've always tried to be Wrestling Jesus. That's probably why you've had a feud with him for so long. But for anyone who doesn't know, Danielson decided, "I'm gonna jump ship. I'm gonna jump ship, and I'm gonna go to Wrestling Jesus." So what happened was, he went and he says, "Fuck the Supreme Regime. Don't call me General." Wrestling Jesus, who's he had a fair idea what was happening. He said to Wrestling Jesus, maybe we could have some type of alliance." And Danielson immediately posted a video with Daniel, but a fucking terrible video. I don't know if the guy's ever heard of video editor, but you know, a fucking terrible video. And this is coming from someone who's using a second-rate camera. I mean, recording a fucking laptop, Christ. But anyway, basically, he did like this video where Daniel Bryan saying yes, yes, yes. In other words, he was going to join Wrestling Jesus. Then Wrestling Jesus said a big fuck you, Danielson. I'm not going to see you. I'm going to make my own separate channel. I'm going to be retired. And he was basically getting away from most of the drama videos after this kind of major war thing. Basically, Wrestling Jesus, and if he is watching this, he's probably nodding his head saying, yeah, you're right. He left because he knew he wanted to leave Danielson on his fucking own. Because Danielson honestly thought that he was going to be aligned with the rest of all these hypocrites, these juvenile delinquents. He honestly thought he was going to be aligned with them, and they weren't. And it's unfortunate, you know. Danielson, you know, anyone that knows, I wasn't a supporter of Danielson before. I wasn't a supporter of Danielson after, but Don Banks says, Jared, we'll have to give this guy a benefit of the doubt. We'll have to give him a benefit of the doubt. We want him to be a general. We'll see how it goes. And Don Banks knew he was going to leave. You know, it was almost a showcase to see how long Danielson was going to tap out. That was going to be a fact. Oh, Jesus. I can actually write a book right now on how much Danielson fucked up. I mean, literally, I could write but I'm not going to. I'm not going to give you that kind of suffering. I mean, it could be worse. You could be watching 3 hours of Raw. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, Danielson ran away, and he kind of left. And he thought, you know, oh, that's me. I'm going to be in the crowd now. I'm going to be in the main YWC crowd. This kind of fucking wannabe Wolverine DLA bastard. You know, I mean, doesn't he look like if Wolverine was on fucking acid, doesn't he? Like, I mean, fucking, there's nothing I hate more than people that, and there's one thing as well that the YWC need to do, and that's one thing that they've never been able to do: loyalty. There's no loyalty at all in the YWC. There's none of it. And see, the thing is, with especially with these wars, and you know, we've kind of lost sight of everything. We've kind of lost sight of what we were on YouTube originally for, and that's why I haven't really posted that many videos on it. I've posted like one video about this, but I haven't really posted many. We've kind of lost sight of everything. We kind of lost sight of why we were on YouTube in the first place, and you know, we weren't on YouTube to fucking take a piss out of each other, but you know, that's the way things are going to happen. And, you know, also, briefly before I go, I didn't want to address this guy, but I think I have to, and I'm not going to waste that much time on him. Manny, I don't know what the fucking rest of his name is. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to think, oh, I know what you're going to say about Manny. You're going to talk about his Britain's Got Talent thing. You're going to talk about his, you know, I'm not. Believe me, there's nothing I hate more than Britain's Got Fucking Talent. I hate that show, that whole reality TV show bullshit that come. Anyway, that's another rant all completely together. Manny, for anyone that doesn't know, is a guy, if I could sum him up, it would be a guy that sits on the fence with a microphone. He basically, he tries to go Switzerland, but he shouts everywhere, expecting nobody to take notice. No disrespect to Switzerland, but you know, he's kind of like one of them ones that shouts a bit, you know, and feeds his own ego, expecting nobody to hear him. Now, Don Banks heard him, and Don Banks fucking ripped him to shreds over the last few videos. Now Manny is kind of like, oh, I'm sorry, and he blocks everyone, Manny, and he just ran away. Even Danielson, probably watching this video, knows he's a fucking bitch. Manny is kind of like, if anyone that doesn't know him, he's very hated amongst everyone. He was hated against Wrestling Jesus. And you know what the funny thing is? Manny actually tried to claim victory of Wrestling Jesus. I know, he tried to claim victory of Wrestling Jesus. Wrestling Jesus just was about to close his account. Then Manny started slabbering him and started going at him. And then Wrestling Jesus went, who the fuck is this cunt? And just made a video straight after and put him in his fucking place. I mean, you know, there's so much I could say about the wrestling community, and, you know, I honestly didn't think things could get worse after Sean's View Entertainment, but it's getting worse. I mean, the wrestling community has hit a new fucking low with this stuff, and you know these people can't register in their minds that it just doesn't make any sense. Why sit on the fence and shouting on a microphone, expecting nobody to reply to you, and then whenever somebody does reply to you, you run away like a bitch. Or like with Danielson, if you're gonna start something, finish it off. Don't tap out. Fuck's sake. Anyway, guys, I think I've said enough here. This will be my last video on the subject. So anyway, guys, Jerry Blog TV signing out.